Hi.
Hello. For the
We've set
first
it up
time, and not
again.
like we've been talking for a bit.
I know, I know. Now I have a very gross cough, so
Oh,
pardon me and excuse me in advance for that. But daycare sickness season is upon us.
yeah. I have I got really sick,
Mm,
and then I actually have a coworker whose daughter seems to bring home every illness. I really feel for them.
yeah, it's like daycare sickness season. It's not actually winter. Like it's not, I mean, winter for us is June, July, August, but honestly, daycare
Right.
sickness season is March through to September. Like you go into the tunnel in March, and you come out in
Mm.
September. But alas, but we are here. We have cleanish hair, clothes
Yeah.
on, swatching
Yeah,
tools.
I just washed mine, so it should be pretty clean.
Now,
I I have a box of stuff.
yes, so for those playing at home, Maria and I had lots of fun, if I talk on your behalf, last time.
Yeah,
And
we did.
then I thoroughly enjoyed the part of that chat. Can I say teasing you a little bit? Is that fair?
Yes,
About
absolutely.
ink
I mean,
names.
yeah.
So then I was like, well, let's use my ADHD hyperfocus skill to my advantage and decided to tease you further. So I decided to make a couple of inks, all kind of playing like with wordplay.
Yes.
Now, I did see though, when I was cleaning the other day, I'm a little bit worried I actually forgot to send one, but we shall see. But I
I
sent,
have not opened them.
okay, so all right, so I've got those. And
I
then I
have,
also sent a couple of Melbourne pen show inks.
yes, and I split
And
those with
yeah,
Manda.
cool. And I was like trawling through her fountain pen companion and I found a one purple that she didn't have. And I was like, yes.
And
Uh,
I must have given that to her.
and then yes, so um, in the box there should be I guess two Snaplock bags. There's some Melbourne pen showings that I thought we could swatch together, but they're not as fun. And then the inks I've made, and then on some of the vials, I think I've just written the name, and there should be one that has two parts to it with some
Mm,
instructions. And then I didn't give
so
Maria
excited.
any context,
Nope.
but I wrote down like I'll show you. So I started, and actually from memory, I have a vague memory. I think I sent you a photo of like just doing some playing, having some fun, messing with your head for in the future.
In
So,
yeah, I think you might have.
so I
Yeah.
sent, so I wrote out some ideas and then I started writing for me, like the context of it, which we can go through. And then I also, which I don't want to show you too much, whoop,
No,
whoop,
no.
um, did on those, those Wearangle like A5 cards and you can like, there's like 5 swatches per page kind of. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started logging what actually made them. So I thought we could have a play with that and then we can do the Melbourne Pen Show ones. And then at the end, if there's time, I just want to like, where am I? I want to gush
Oh,
about this pen
that's
because
beautiful.
it's an Asvine.
Mm. Is
I
that a
think,
size 8 nib?
no, do you know what? I, I, I bought two and I did get the C80 that has the massive
Yeah.
8 size, but the pen width was just way too big for me. It was so
Mm, mm.
uncomfortable. So I sold it. But this is the V126. I had a P50, which is just the piston version, in a fine nib, but I got this one in the extra fine. So I actually sold the fine nib because I think the extra fine is my happy place, but it still has like such a nice flow. But that's me just like, I think I may have found my perfect balance of wet flow, extra fine nib. But
That's so
yes,
lovely. I'm just laughing right now to myself a bit about how we could be so alike, and yet when it comes to pens and inks, not quite polar
so,
opposites, but
so different. Well, that being said, though, I did, if we have time and I want to ink that one up, and then I haven't really had a chance to play with this vintage pen, and I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to ink them up in front of Maria, I will choose some bluish inks to ink them up with. So I did.
choose no, if it's a pen you haven't used yet, choose something that you're gonna love. That's what I recommend.
I
You know
do
what I
love
mean?
this ink though.
Oh, oh, Jacaranda is that's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Um, but and then I have a sticker book full of there's like you can get so many like books or like cushions or whatever. It's like keep calm and carry on or whatever. But I found
Hmm.
like a sarcastic one, which again I thought Maria would appreciate. So
Yes.
I literally think at one point I was like, oh, this would be lots of fun. And so I just like sat on the floor, like in front of the TV, like cutting out stickers that I'm like, oh, I think you'd like this one. Oh, there's a cat.
They're so good.
Maybe Amanda
I
can
I
have the cat.
I told you I put one we have a on our big old water dispenser, we put stickers, so I had to put one of them on there immediately. And
Yeah.
I think, I mean, honestly, a lot of these are probably going to end up on there. That she sent me makeup, y'all. Um, Perfect because let me tell you, I love makeup. Never make the opportunity to wear it.
Yeah.
Though today I thought I would put something light on, and
Mm.
then I chose a color I didn't like. And then I'm like, oh, I'll make it a little better. And then this whole thing happened where I was like, this is a bit much for a little afternoon call. And I thought, whatever.
No. I mean, next time we can do full ball gown if you want, like.
Oh man, how great.
And
Can you imagine swatching inks full
oh my
pocket?
God, I've just realized I can see the tip of my phone there. Um, I
So
had my
funny.
first official ink. Um, I spilt an ink bottle yesterday and I was filming and I decided to keep it in. Oh,
Oh
sorry, I
darn.
just messed that up. I fully elbowed it off my table that I film on. So it dropped with what is going on? It dropped with force, right?
Right. Oh my
It
gosh.
went like a meter and a half up the wall.
Oh
The walls were fine. It's the floor. Look, this was
yeah.
full. This was full. I don't, where's the,
Oh goodness.
and my floorboards are a bit old, so it like soaked. It was
Yeah.
just, and then like I have those little felt stoppers on the bottom of my dining room chairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know it
Same.
had got there, so moved the chair out of the way. Like, and I was just like, anyway, I decided to keep it all in. And I don't know why, but when I was like setting up to film, like it just all looked chaotic. So I like filmed like a little pre-bit, which I've never done before. I think it's because I've been watching lots of Pokemon vlogs because I haven't been
Uh,
sleeping very well. And I was like, oh yeah, let's become a vlogger, whatever. And so I
yeah.
put that in and I was just like, I think this may have been an omen. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
so then I put the camera back on as I was cleaning as well. It probably took me like a good hour to clean. So I caught up on all of Manda's 30x 30-day videos while I was doing
Yeah.
while I was doing that. But it was like, what the F? It was, I can't. But I mean, a few years in, it was my first proper,
No, I mean it's good.
yes.
When I've spilled, I fortunately had syringes nearby, and I've spilled so far onto my table only.
Mm.
which I regret saying because I don't really have wood to knock on. But like the syringe was like the pro tip, like suck up the ink with it. Um,
I was,
but
yeah, I was
that's not going to
considering
work on
doing
the
that, but I
floor.
was
Yeah.
just so worried about it soaking in. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're not doing wine today. We are doing mixtures of water. Sarah has a dirty energy drink because,
Yeah.
uh, as we were saying before, sometimes life can just get in the bin. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we're going to go between a lukewarm cup of peppermint tea, an energy drink, water that I will need to refill at some point so we can have the blank camera and Maria just talking to everyone because that was probably my second favorite part of last time.
This is my massive thing of why I thought about getting something else to sip, but I just had some soda, so I was like, no, have some more water.
Fair. But I mean, let's be honest, we don't need to be alcohol induced to tangent and laugh anyway. So
No, 100% not.
is that the Colorverse Nebula?
This
Yeah.
this is original Tomorrow River
Oh,
paper from I don't even remember what shop it was. It's their own thing, but it's like I just was doing random swatching in here, and now it has become like, well,
mm,
it's original Tomorrow River paper. I should get my use out of it. So
yeah.
it actually was a lot of the ink flights, which is why there's 7 inks on a lot of
Okay. The
pages.
the white cover with the black border just reminded me Colorverse has their nebula.
Yeah, I have one of those.
I
Actually, I
quite
have a
like them.
couple. Yeah, they are. They're the Sanzin paper,
Mm,
which is not as good. Like
mm.
we try
I
to kid ourselves, but I don't want to even call it Tomorrow River because it's not the same paper.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's good paper,
It's
but
just
it's
not the
not
same.
this paper.
Yeah.
This is
I have a
yeah.
little I have an A6 one. And oh, this is very dorky. I really like to write. And sometimes if I'm not good at like expressing my warm, positive feelings out loud, I'm better at writing them. So I kind of
Mm.
dedicated that little A6 journal to like my partner. So like in big moments or whatever, I just write little notes. My only thing is the binding of the paper is really sensitive.
Yeah, yeah,
Like there was one page I put some stickers on and I wasn't even pulling them back up, but just I guess handling the paper a bit more and it was coming out of the binding already. So that was my only thing. But otherwise
yeah.
I quite like it. But I actually don't remember. I know I didn't do all of these, but I think I did five maybe.
I have
Or was it?
6 little vials. Well, yeah. And then this, but I think this isn't one you made.
So I think I did five because unless I left something here by accident,
Mm-hmm.
one of the inks, the once in a blue moon should have a part one and part two.
Yeah, I'll open them now.
Yes. And I glad wrapped and sticky tape like there was no
Yeah,
tomorrow because I
no,
was
because it was perfect. For real, like nothing went bad with them. And I just opened my uh drawer of like sample inks. Let me
mm,
get a pair of scissors. And I don't I find that I don't use my samples as much as I would had originally hoped, I think would be the best way to put it.
okay.
And so I'm making an effort, like my new samples, I'm trying to get on that. And then one of my samples, the bottle was empty, the little thing, and I would never have put it back in there if it was empty. So it means that like the seal on it, the whole
Oh,
thing
just
evaporated.
evaporated. Well,
Yeah.
while you
Um,
take out all the glad wrap, maybe I'll ink up this pen. I just cleaned it just before, so I
yeah.
just want to get a little bit of water out.
Can
Um,
I tell you what was delightful about uh the approaching end of 30 inks? The
mm,
prospect of inking up pens for May and choosing what pens am I going to do? What inks am I going to do? And nary a teal in the bunch, though I almost did. I
oh,
almost
really?
was like, I should ink up one. And yes, like, so I thought that was funny. For those of you that watch Sarah, not me, I did 30 teals for my 30 inks this year, this month, I should say. I think in September maybe I
Mm.
might do purples. We'll see.
I would love to be able to do it again. When I did it a couple years ago, I ended up like I lost the joy because I was like, I
Yeah.
got to do it, I got to do it. But if I did it and actually just maybe just filmed a couple as I went and could almost do it as like a reflective type thing. But
Yeah.
here you go, here's some intel because I haven't posted it. I've been doing like an ink, you know how every, I don't know, 3 months we're like, oh, I need to entirely change how I swatch my inks.
Right.
So
As we do.
there's someone at the Melbourne Pen Posse, and she has the most beautiful ink swatching. It's almost like a catalog. Um,
Mm.
and I kind of was inspired by that. What she has though is so she'll have like the line of ink, and then on the left page, she's cut out 6 or 7 different bits of paper to show the difference. So she'll have, did I talk about that?
In your video that
Yeah,
I
it
watched this
is.
morning.
It's
Yeah.
so I mean, I don't have the self-control and I don't have that much variation of paper, but I kind of liked the idea of that. But I am splitting it. So I'm splitting the journal into 3 parts. I've done colors, and then my second part that I'm working on at the moment is kind of like my version of themes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one that's like time for a cup of tea, and then all the inks that have tea in the name. And then I'm leaving
Oh.
space to grow. I've got wine, a rose by any other name. But a couple of days ago, I started doing like for all the nature type things, I've split it a little bit, but just I think I called it like wonders of the world or wonders of weather. And I really just
Mm.
loved what was there. So then I pulled out a bunch, and that's what I'm going to use for May. I'm going to choose between um
Oh,
I pulled out
gorgeous.
20 inks, I think, but there was just something about nature and slowing down and it getting colder. So that's where I kind of landed, which also then makes me think maybe I want to choose one of them for this Asvine
You
then.
sh Oh, you should.
Hmm.
I gotta say then, I think I need to make one of these for you and send it to you.
Did you make that?
This, hmm it has a bunch of different papers in it. So it's got Sheep Clouds Bond, Slate White. These are all from Yamamoto, I believe. Bank paper, Takasago Premium, regular
Wow.
bank paper, Cosmo Air Snow, and then it repeats. And then Clairefontaine, Triomphe, Aerofol, View Corona, B7 Natural. This one is from, and View Corona are both from Jet Pens. Sands in Tomoe River 52 GSM. And then it repeats. So it's
Wow.
got all those papers in here. I should totally send you one.
That's beautiful. And
Thank you.
very impressed that you can make something and that there's all the paper is the same size.
Oh, well, thank
I
you.
know rulers and guillotines, I know they all exist. They don't work for
No,
me.
it's craft. It's quilting supplies.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I use rotary cutters and this one is not perfect, but it's good enough. It's mostly sticks together. I bought this book, an old, I think it's a Baedeker's, and it has all of these um, maps in it. And so this one is Scarborough, and the one on the back is Canterbury.
Oh, wow.
I'm very excited. I don't have any of Australia, but I would figure out a different cover for you.
All right,
Okay, so
you can
here's
choose
what I
though what
have.
just quickly for this one. Am I
Yes.
doing Moonlit Rose Garden
Mm.
or The Sound of Flowers?
Oh, wait, I might have those.
Oh,
That would be great because then I could actually say, let me see.
let me see. It's going in a frosted clear demonstrator pen with a wet, extra fine nib.
Okay, I have Moonlit Rose Garden
Mm.
and not The Sound of Flowers. Moonlit Rose Garden, to me, looks like it would be kind of dry. So I would be inclined to use the other one just
Okay.
because, now my thinking is because when I have a really dry ink, I can get irritated with a pen and it's not the pen's fault, but I never want that to be my first experience with a pen.
Yes. Very,
Like,
very true and fair. And
but
also, though, why I'm thinking these pens, though, because they're just wet riders, it's like
yeah,
I will put drier inks in like a Twisby, and I think this could be a version of that too.
well, then you could try that. Go
Maybe
against what I'm
try
saying
it.
for that very reason.
Yeah, maybe
See
I'll
how it
try.
is. Yeah. Not everyone is as irrational with their dislike of pens as I am.
How are
I'm
you
kidding.
going with all the Glad wrap?
I've finished. I just have one more, which isn't one of yours, but I thought I would unwrap it nonetheless. So I have five here, and I'll tell you the names. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this one's not one of yours. Okay, I have
This is gonna be hard.
Hook Turn Fog,
Oh yes.
Blue Collar,
Mm-hmm.
Red Herring, True Blue, and as you said, Once in a Blue Moon, steps 1 and 2. So
Okay. So
delighted.
hook turn. Let's start with hook turn fog because there's no explanation for that one.
Okay.
Hook turn fog is the first ink mixing I ever did that like I gave a go. Like I'm not counting the kind of ones I did for my kiddo. And
Hmm.
I gave myself a kind of theme parameter, whatever, of it's like capital cities around Australia in the early morning. And hook turn fog is for Melbourne. Do you know what a hook turn is?
And if it's something on the road, I could guess that it would be a sharp turn, but no.
Yeah. So obviously Australia, America, we drive on different sides of the road. So
Hmm.
for us, the left turn is the easier
Like our
one, and the
right.
right
Yeah.
turn is right.
Yeah.
In the CBD, like the central city of Melbourne, they
Hmm.
have in some of the intersections something called a hook turn, and you have to turn right from the left lane.
Yeah.
So it would be like you, instead of when you need to turn left and you'd
It's
kind
like
of edge
turning
up,
left from
wait
the
for
right lane
everyone to
here.
go, and then you go at the end. But you're doing
Yeah.
it from the furthest left lane, right?
Yeah.
In the city, you have to do it from the furthest opposite, and then you have to do this big, like, right angle. And it's to help
Yeah.
with flows of traffic. They are so annoying.
I bet you.
When I was learning to drive, like, I feel like I would not be the only person who, like, was learning to drive and would just keep going, no, I can't do it, can't do it, keep doing, 4 turns the other way to try and get there. So that's kind of, Melbourne capital city, it's kind of what I related it to. And the way the city is in Melbourne, like Melbourne's a beautiful place and city, but the city can be quite dreary and like wind tunnely.
Mm,
And sometimes if you're there in the early morning, it has like a little bit like a sense of grime to it, like just
mm.
a bit cold. So that was, yeah, that's kind of what I came up with. And it was probably the first one that I kind of like liked, like that I was happy with. Um, so I'm just trying to
Gorgeous.
see. I've got it in here somewhere. So that was the process for hook turn fog. So it started out with some Earl Grey, Shinkai, and Birmingham Pen Company's Provence lavender. and
Mhm.
it felt too blue.
Mhm.
And then mixing again, the second version I tried with some Takasumi and Kirisami and Izatora. And then the third one was I went back to Provence Lavender and Izatora. I wanted the Sailor Izatora to try and get some of that, like the breaking of color in there,
Mhm.
and then started adding in some Kirisami as well. And I just kind
Oh,
of
it's
like how it
lovely.
finished up.
It your description of this makes me think of San Francisco.
Yeah.
The the like wind tunnel gloomy aspect of it. And just crazy turns actually.
Oh, yeah, it's very hilly. Hey.
Yeah, there are streets actually where you go up and you just take it on faith that the road continues because you can't see it. You literally can't see that the road goes on. You're
Yeah,
like, well, it probably does.
probably.
I love this so much. Like, I'm slightly bummed that you know what? I can ink another pen. Never mind. I'm gonna ink another pen. It's fine.
I would like to, I mean, I wrote out, like, I had so many different ideas and I haven't done them all, but I like have ideas for different capital cities. And like, then I did like I think I told you last time because I was working on it. I did like a political one, like Australian
Yes.
political ones. And I would like to
Yeah.
get back and do them. But then, yeah, you vary. You go in and out of rabbit holes, don't you?
Yeah. I actually my dream would be to like make inks, like to have my own line of inks. I actually wanted to like this is kind of a recurring theme for me because when I was way more into knitting, I actually had this dream, same thing, different medium of having my own line of yarn that I could dye.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
oh my gosh, what if I did both?
Yeah.
Oh no. Dang it. Stop. Okay, so anyway,
So this is why I love this pen. It's an extra
oh,
fine
that is
nib, extra
that is
fine,
great.
extra fine. And it's just like you can
Yeah.
even, you're getting some of the, I know now
Yep.
every time I say the word chroma shading in a video, I have Maria in my head going, chroma just means color.
Yeah.
Chroma. I was like, yes,
Sorry. Don't
yes,
let
I
it
know,
bother you.
Maria. I still like the word.
Maria's a
Um,
pedant. Just don't let her get to you. She's annoying sometimes. Trust me, I know.
so there
It's on
you
my
go.
nerves. It's
That's where Sara
gorgeous.
gets on my nerves all the time.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I want to have like this line of inks. This is my thought, and it would
Mm,
be much like Matthew with the wet pen does inks based on where he is in the Pacific
mm.
Northwest. Mine would be all local.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, there'd be some
Um,
beautiful, like, Bay Area
yeah.
natural. I think I even tried. Hang on. I don't. Oh, the meeting will end in 10 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Well,
We
we'll
can,
start a new one.
yeah.
Everybody, in a few minutes, there'll be a little pause. It'll be great.
And you know what? In that pause, because I think I actually tried, or maybe I thought of doing a Bay Area one, but I don't want to flick through. I can't remember if I did it or not. So
Mm,
when I redo the
yeah. I'm going to go on to blue collar, which
blue
is,
collar.
for some reason, I had to smell it. So that happened.
So do you want to, what do you think before you dip, what do you think it will be? And then I'll
Well,
tell you.
so blue, if I can see the color here
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
the edge of the bottle, but at first, blue collar would literally bring to mind a sort of like basic school pen blue,
Mm,
you know? But seeing what you've done here, it's like oily and grimy to me, like a
yeah.
mechanic or a plumber, like really That's what it makes me think of. Just looking at the shade along
Yes.
the rim.
So, my description of blue collar is exactly that, a reference to someone in the working class. A blue collar worker is someone who works in like different labor fields, like manual labor or trades, manufacturing, mining, construction, etc. So, the kind of adjectives, descriptive, verby type things that I was trying to capture were like grease stained hands. You can tell you've worked at the end of the day, a dark brown, black, and then I went maybe a brown with a black sheen. I don't know enough about chemistry to make that happen, but that was the um the thoughts. And I don't know if you have TikTok or Instagram, but there's a great reel going around at the moment, and it's like this woman's like, other women out there, why don't you get your nails done? And it's like a picture of her, a video of her like showing her perfectly manicured hands. And then someone spliced in a whole series of women, and it'll be like someone, I don't know, 100 meters underground in a mine being like, for my job, or like a brain surgeon for my, like, and then the last
Yeah.
one is like just a woman, and she's like, because I don't want to. And I was like, yeah, go girl. I love that.
Yes. Also, getting them done can be fraught. You're supporting like generally independent businesses, but also ones that tend to cause health problems for the people working them. Uh,
Actually, so interesting that you decided to smell that one, because I've just remembered I put this ink in there on purpose, which was Ostrich Ink's Mocha Mousse, because it had such a chemical smell, to the point
it
that
does actually smell very chemically.
to
Yeah.
the point that I actually gave it to someone at the last pen meetup, because I was like, it is so full on for me. I can't handle it, because I put it in a pen and I could smell it even in the pen. So I was like, oh, I'm going to put that. It's right. And
I
that
actually
only has
love
a
it
little.
for the reason that many people would hate it because it's like how some people like the smell of, I'll use your word, petrol, and some of us
Mm.
and some don't, right? I'm the weirdo that loves the smell of it. So tell me how you got here with this one because
So
you
this
did perfectly.
so this one ended up. I actually started trying my red herring, and it was going
Oh,
somewhere that wasn't working for me. So I started looking with Pilot Iroshizuku's Hotaru Bai and Muddy Crown from Robert Oster,
yeah.
and it obviously was not working. And I got into this kind of like an olive green, but that had hints of grimy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to shift to blue collar because that's actually where I want to be. And
Yeah.
so then I put it in there just to look at that one. I had that there. And then I went, well, what happens if I add some oolong tea from Lennon Toolbar, and then I thought about that smelling mocha mousse. And so
Mm-hmm.
to that mixture of Muddy Crown and Hotaru Bai, I started
Mm-hmm.
adding in drops of mocha mousse, like one by one. And then
Yeah.
that's what I ended up. So it's a mixture of a really dark blurple, a quite vibrant green. And then I just
Yeah.
wanted to add in. And the mocha mousse, I don't know if you can see.
The paper looks funky.
Yeah, it's the ink. It's done it on all different
Yeah.
paper. It's got like a dappled
Yeah. Yeah.
I and like this is Tomoe River, so let me find it here for you. Um there's something in that ink that is, I think it was their ink. I think they do inks of the year, ostrich ink.
Mm.
So if
I
I
have
can,
one of theirs that I love. I just got it. And I think I used it in 30 inks.
so that's it. On the Tomoe River, it
Oh,
looks much
yeah.
more orange, but you can still see that little bit of dapple.
Yeah. It's almost like, yeah, that's funky in a cool way.
It doesn't smell once it's dry. I can tell you that. But that was how I got there for that one.
You know what? This paper right now, it
Mm,
smells.
there you go.
I
And
can
actually,
smell it.
just looking at it on your camera and like looking what I've got here, I actually find I used to swatch all my inks on the Wear and Go swatch cards, and I've stopped because I think they look so different on that cardboard. Um,
Yeah.
but looking at it here and there, like it doesn't, I don't think there was really any evaporation. Like it looks like it held really well.
Yeah. And actually the interesting, so this is the OG Tomorrow River
Mm.
white, and you can see the grime more on it, I
Yeah,
think.
okay.
Whereas like because this paper is cream and therefore like a little yellow, I think it's popping the greenness of it a little more.
Okay.
But I really, oh my God, this color right here is, oh, it's still a little wet. It's giving me life.
It's
I love
beautiful,
it so
hey.
much.
Well, we're gonna pause. I'll send you
Yep.
another link
Yep.
and we'll BRB.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. We're back.
And we're back. Yeah.
Without a
I
trace.
probably some stuff moved. Sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
Continuity. Um,
Who needs it?
uh,
What do
all
you have
right.
next?
Your choice between True Blue and Red Herring.
Oh, True Blue. True Blue.
Okay, True Blue. I see that there's something to
Yes.
shake up
This
gently.
one I had to do because I feel like if Maria was on so and so looking for inks on Jet, I don't know where you're ordering samples from, Jet Pens, Van Ness, wherever, you'd
Yeah.
see True Blue. Oh, is this going to be like the Pantone True Blue ink? But do you know what the colloquial True Blue means? Do you know
Um,
what a true, if someone was like, oh, they're a True Blue, do you know what that is?
no, no,
A
I
True
don't.
Blue is like a real Aussie.
Oh,
So you're like, oh, yeah, they're True Blue, like a real, I don't know, probably what, I don't know if, like when Americans like, oh, well, not American, when someone's like, oh, do you have kangaroos in your backyard? And it's like, no, we're not all sitting here with kangaroos and drop bears, but a True Blue.
right.
And then I wrote it down in the 80s, I want to say, there was an Australian singer and he actually released a song called uh, True Blue. And it's like, hey, True Blue. And it's all about him being like, it's all about Aussiness. So our flag is blue and has the Union Jack, because apparently we're
Right.
still part of the Commonwealth. But actually, Australian colours are green and gold.
Oh,
Think about every time you see Aussies in the Olympics, whenever our colours are green and gold. So for me, that was the perfect, play on words, because
yeah.
a True Blue. So
I
True
love
Blue, an
it.
idiom that refers to someone who is loyal, faithful, and dependable, is the actual definition. But for us here, you just relate it to the song True Blue by John Williamson. It's a famous Australian song called Hey True Blue. And in Australian slang, True Blue refers to someone who is authentically Aussie. So it's green and gold, and I wanted a green base with a gold and yellow shimmer. So,
I th- I have to say the name True Blue actually makes me think of a different song,
okay.
which is a Madonna song from a million years ago, definitely the 80s. And we learned in my grade school, we did dance
Mm-hmm.
in PE, and we that was one of the songs that we would dance to.
There you go.
True Blue.
So
Not at all about being Australian. I mean, probably, yeah,
there's only two
obviously.
inks in that one, and I had to use Robert Oster Melbourne Tram Green because
Mhm.
it has
Right.
Aussie connotation, and it's also an ink that I really didn't think I would like, and I love. I had a pen friend sent me like a full vial of it, a full sample vial, and I'm like halfway
Mhm.
through. It writes so beautifully. So that's your base, and then to get the goldy yellow shimmer, it's Tono and Lynn's Nozomi, which is that yellow ink. I don't know if the shimmer will come up on the camera there, but it has that gold shimmer. And then
Yeah.
I didn't want to do any more. That was kind of perfect for me. It's
No, it's
exactly
great.
what I wanted to encapsulate.
I like it. The shimmer is sort of subtle.
Yes, I find that I don't have any more of that sample left. I found it to be a really, really fine shimmer powder,
Yeah.
which I mean, if Toner and Limbs uses a finer mica powder for their shimmers, I guess good to know. Maybe it wouldn't clog as much. I guess it's also about quantity, but it's
Yeah.
really fine.
I I actually so I have an ink. I have a couple inks that have too much shimmer, which I didn't think was a thing that could happen until it did. And it made me appreciate the more like
Yeah.
subtle shimmer that you can get in some inks because it's like,
Well, like for
you know what it makes
example,
it's like
like
the no makeup look.
and
It's
like
still
that
makeup, but
Van Diemen's Snowy Mountain Sunset, it's beautiful, but you can actually see more of the base color through the camera. Like if I look at it just with the naked
yes.
eye, it's just all shimmer. Like I want to appreciate the ink underneath as well.
Yeah. I think I gave my sample of that away for sort of like that reason. It became too
Yeah,
much and it was too light for me. My eyes are not good enough,
fair.
or my lighting isn't good enough. Some combination of everything. Okay, now we have red herring. This looks like a Maria color.
Mm. What's a red
After the
herring?
month,
Do you
well,
know
I
a red
know
herring? So a red
from
herring
Agatha Christie.
is a oh, I can't even read my own handwriting. Is a clue that misleads or distracts. Of importance, the distraction or being misled is the intent. It is on purpose, not by mistake. And so I said, this one is just for Maria, a really nice bright teal, or maybe in brackets, my attempt at a really nice bright teal.
It's gorgeous. It's everything. This is life. Ugh.
I was like, we need to
Ugh.
just have one nice ink in there. And then I was like, red herring, perfect. It has red in the title, so that works. The idea of a red herring itself works perfectly. Yes, so and that's when I started, like you saw before, the muddy crown, like seeing what happens if I mix like a yellowy green and a purple. And I was like, this is not teal. This is not. So we left
No.
that and then again went through a few different um, iterations. So
Yeah.
down here, and it ended up being two green. I had Moss Park Green from Ferris Wheel Press, Konpeki, and Twilight.
Hmm.
I wanted to, and I think it did kind of work. I wanted to put in some Toner and Limbs Cancer, but without the shimmer. So
Hmm.
I like opened up the lid of the bottle and let it sit for as long as I could to just try and get the ink. It still
Yeah.
felt a little bit too green. And then because my options of real blues is quite limited, and then I added in just like literally drop by drop, I was adding in some Azul Frida from the Pannonia Amarillo collab, and then
Uh,
a little bit more um, Konpeki as well.
it's so beautiful.
And this is
I'm
the
probably
one,
knocking my microphone. Sorry, I'm so
no, and
excited.
this is also though the one where that's a really good example of how different the Wearingle paper looks, because I tested it on other paper as well. And what you're seeing is what it is, but you can see on these Wearingle cards,
Yeah.
they can,
It's
for some inks, they just look super different compared
yeah.
to, and like on all other papers, it'll be a lot similar. And then sometimes I don't know if it's because it's a cardboard and it absorbs, I'm not sure. But that's why I moved away from the swatch cards. But I like these for mixing ink to kind of see the progression.
Yeah, this is so lovely. This reminds me of, I think, this one that Manda gave me.
Yeah.
Let me see if I'm right. Wrong way. April's back here, Maria.
I'm going to fill up my water bottle while you look through. I should have done it before the link, but I didn't.
Sounds good. Where'd you go? Not quite. Oh, a little bit like Olanga, but a
Yeah.
little muted, like a little grayer. I really like it.
I was like, I can't be mean the whole time. I can do one
Not,
nice.
you know what? Actually, this is a wonderful palette.
Mm.
It makes me wish I had done Hook Turn Fog after, because like look at that little bit of a rainbow we
Oh,
have going.
yeah. I didn't think about
Like
that.
this
Yeah.
is a if you look at this as like a dirty yellow, which is actually kind of what oil is, right? When it
Mm.
starts off, it's more of an amber, not amber, but like more yellow, and then it gets dirty from the grit and grime in it, and then oh my gosh.
It's also just randomly, because if I think about that inspiration for Hook Turn Fog, that palette, these few months in Melbourne, there's a saying for Melbourne, it's like 4 seasons in one day. And
Uh,
your April, May time, literally you can go from super cold, dreary in the morning, rain for 2 days, then if that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday lunchtime, it's like 28 degrees, sunny, bright because of all the water, all the greenery looks
yeah,
vibrant. So actually that palette is very representative randomly of what the weather and days are like at the moment. It just goes from one to the other. And you get these
yeah,
moments of real beauty because of all the different types of weather in the
yeah.
environment.
That's
Yeah.
that's actually what we're having here now because
Yeah.
it's I mean, I feel like in some ways they're similar times of year because we're both just after equinox. It's just different
Mm.
equinoxes. Um, so here we had unseasonably warm weather and it was gorgeous. And then it started, it's and it has been beautiful, sunny, not too warm, not it's been chilly for me. Most people would not consider it chilly. And
Mm.
then the past couple days it has been dreary and raining. Today it's just completely cloudy. Okay,
So
we have
I
I
didn't,
have
this is,
these two left.
yeah, so
Oh,
I didn't end up doing it, but I did try and think about one for San Francisco. And I was thinking about paint the town red to
mm,
go out and enjoy oneself flamboyantly. And so I wanted to do
yeah.
the Bay Area. And then I was like, do I do wine country or luscious greens? But then because I had a couple greens, I decided not to. Um, Now, once in a blue moon is a little bit experimental. So I don't know
Okay.
if you're going to have to, yeah, we need two. There you go. Perfect. So obviously there's the saying once in a blue moon, something that happens very
Mm-hmm.
rarely or infrequently. It's,
Mm-hmm.
or it's really unusual or exceptional in nature. And then, of course, I start looking up all the different types of moons that exist. And the rarest moon is
Mm-hmm.
called a super blue blood moon.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was looking at pictures of that, and it's like a almost neon, like it's really vibrant and red, orange, peach, pink, but then has these like a dark border kind of because of the vibrancy against the night sky.
Mm-hmm.
So how I've tried to recreate that is in two parts.
Mm-hmm.
We have the actual moon itself, and then the thing to add on at the end, just kind of around the edges to try and get that kind of neon-y border experience. So the first part should be the big vial.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just to kind of experiment and think about how do I do like chaotic, hectic haloing. And I was like, well, I have Diamond Chaos, which is insane. Actually, a pen friend of mine from the UK gave me that, and then she was like, "Oh, I saw you don't really like sheening inks. Give it to someone if they don't want to." And I was at again a pen meetup, and someone was like, "Oh my god, this ink!" I was like, "Please take it, use it all. It will sit in my cupboard." So that's kind of what I was thinking of for the neon, and then the actual base color is I started with rose quartz from Pelican and Robert Oster's Santa's Hangover. it didn't feel vibrant enough.
Mm.
So I started adding in some Kosamosu, Pilot Iroshizuku.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to get more of the orangey yellow bits in it. I didn't have any more Colorverse Martian, so I went with
Mm.
Birmingham Pen Company's Solar Storm. And that's
Mm.
kind of
Mm. But what a perfectly named.
and then I just slowly, like literally like a third of a drop, added in little bits more of Santa's Hangover and Solar Storm until I kind of got where I wanted. And then with that second one, which is literally just Diamine Chaos, like if you just kind of tap it around the edges, so it's not to mix in all the way through, but just a little bit around the edge, so it kind of bleeds into it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I have to be careful here.
Bring it up close here.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
And look, obviously, it doesn't work in terms of how one would actually ink up a pen. Like you're not gonna to write this
You
title, but I don't know, it was kind of fun and experimenty and
No, it's lovely. You know what it makes me think of is some of the Japanese uh something fell. Some of the Japanese like pins that they make have like two colors attached.
mm.
Um so you'll like highlight with one and be able to write with the other.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you could do something like that with this too. But I've tried to recreate a little bit the
Yeah.
idea.
And after, like, jump onto Google afterwards and
I,
um,
w-
Google a super blue blood moon.
yeah, I've seen a super moon and the blood moon. So I'm gonna have to look that up because that sounds wild. This is gorgeous. I'm also just gonna swatch this just a little because you know I have to say, Kosumosu is one of the inks I am putting in a pin for May.
Oh, really? There you go.
I'm pretty sure that's one I picked.
So that,
I just love that I got ink right in my,
oh no.
wait
Yeah,
there.
that's gonna stay. That's gonna stay for a while. I'm just grabbing a
It
lid.
will. No, I know. I just like the perfect spot for it.
So
I'll
that
just have to paint my nails that color.
that brings us to the end of Sarah's ink experiments.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to have to do now? Oh my gosh, look what's happened here.
Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
see the green coming out around it?
Right.
Yeah. Wild. Um, I'm going to have to send you stuff next. And maybe it'll just be all teals.
Let's yeah, go for it.
No. No. I think I might send I would have to send one that would be like, this is the one that makes my heart sing as a like
Mm.
representative of Maria. But then I would have to try and do other colors that I think would be interesting in that way. Or like
It's
similar thoughts. Like actually try and mix some of my ideas for what does California look like.
oh yeah, beautiful.
Um
And then I'm just putting this one in because we did look at that briefly. So I'm just putting in
yeah.
Kitty Ink Pot. But so at the so we really there's like one pen show in Australia, which is the Melbourne Pen Show.
Mm-hmm.
and Robert Oster does an ink each year for them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't include one because the bottle drives me mad, and it's a shimmer, and it just was like, this is too hard. But I've included, I gave you 3 from memory.
Yes. Wait. Yes. I got, let's see, kelp forest. Hold on. Gummy shark and Melbourne rose.
Melbourne Rose. I can show you. So I think Melbourne Rose, if we go in order of, years,
Yeah.
Melbourne Rose is my trauma ink because that's what I spilt
Oh
yesterday.
no.
But Melbourne Rose was 2022,
Mm-hmm.
Gummy
Oh yeah.
Shark 2024, and then Kelp Forest 2025. But I can show you the 2023. That's the 2023 was called Boysenberry Swirl
Oh, I love boysenberries.
with a gold shimmer. But the bottle, it has this like stopper in it that I can't get out. And so it's impossible.
Oh, that would, yeah.
I just couldn't.
Maybe what I send you some of are actually the Pinchot inks that I have.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So what would be especially appropriate is the 2 from Kiwi Inks. I realize
Mhm.
Kiwi, different country, but still closer to you than to me.
Mm.
They're actually both mega sheeners. So I buy them because I love the company. But this last year, it was another mega sheener, and I was like, I'm not buying it. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm trying to support you, but I don't like these inks. But
Yeah.
just for me, what I should probably do is just dilute them. But these, I have to say, are 3 really good representations of colors, sort of inspired by San Francisco. Like the the Golden Gate Bridge is a great color that is like somewhere between orangey and
Mm.
red, and then San Francisco Bay is like a muddy bay, like muted, because our bay is really silty. And
Okay.
then the fog color, like San
Beautiful.
Francisco's sort of known for its fog, not like maybe as much as London, but
Mm.
yeah.
Beautiful. It looks like you've cut your thumb, like the
Right.
ink.
It's just the ink, I promise
I
people.
know it looks like you've got like a really hectic hangnail that's like ripped off a
Yeah.
bunch of
So, yeah.
skin or something.
Uh Not this time.
Mm.
Yeah. I think I would have so much fun trying to mix inks, but I get paralysis sometimes of like, wanting it to be perfect and then
Yeah.
being disappointed. And so in some ways it's actually really good practice for me to like get out of that spot. It's like one of the reasons I started doing some of the crafts I do is to like
Mm.
force myself to have more patience or force myself to get out of my comfort zone. This water, by the way, looks so gross.
Yeah.
It's not going to come through, but there's like that sort of like fluorescent yellowy green that can happen with some inks.
I
You
reckon
know it?
that's the Diamond Chaos
Yeah,
having
it's
a
got to
go
be.
there.
This is so, y'all look at this. Be envious. Look how great Sara is.
It was a lot of fun.
It was truly a delight for me and still a great palette.
Yeah, true.
Let's swap that one and that one for
I've
order.
never tried to dilute super sheeny inks.
Oh, let me show you.
Yeah.
That's actually, if assuming it's still in here. It was dry, yeah. One of the first things I did way back
I love that I'm turning my
was
head around to look at it upside down, not thinking, yeah, you'll just turn the. No, I was like doing this.
so organic studio nitrogen. I don't know if you know this
Yeah.
one. It is
Yeah. Whoa.
ridiculous. And so what I did is I just added water, which is not what you're supposed to do. So this was 100% ink. This
Yeah.
is 2 parts ink to 1 part water, and this is 1 to 1. So this is basically just not sheeny anymore, pretty much, if you do equal parts.
Mm. But that
So what I
middle
think,
as an option, like it's not going to smudge. Like, does it make it
yeah,
a bit more usable?
this was sticky for quite a long time.
Mm.
That's what I was just testing. Is it still? It isn't. But like, yeah, and then this still at 2 parts ink to 1 part water still had a lot of sheen.
Mm.
Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Good to
but I
know
did
though,
try it.
as an option.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I was actually like, I tried out Soda Pop Blue. People really liked it, and I got a sample, and it went gloopy and bad.
Oh, that's annoying.
And well, the good news is I have Sailor Michigan, and it's basically the same color.
I mean, I can't really tell the difference in the writing. They like,
No, this is slightly bluer, and I wrote here ever so slightly more teal. I think it's
okay,
the kind of thing where if you are a teal lover, the
yeah,
difference might matter.
tell, yeah.
But otherwise, you're just like, yep, those are both teal. Or like, yep, those are both brown in my case. Do you just love the sound of this? Like the paper when it gets all crinkly?
Yes, I know.
It's just, yes,
A
so
pen friend
good.
of mine, the last letter she sent, she wrote on onion paper. Oh, it was a just. And she said, "Oh, I got a pack of this from Amazon years ago." And I like immediately jumped onto Amazon, couldn't find it. But I just wanted to hold it in my hands and run. Oh, it's the best. And then I love
It's
as well, because I haven't started the third section, like the chonk versus the non-chonk.
yes. Yes. Every year uh with my Hobonichi weeks, you get the same sort of like
Yeah.
chunky not chunky. I actually made one of the books I made had onion paper in it, and I hated it so much. It
Hated
was
it
like,
to write on.
I think you couldn't write on the reverse side.
Hmm.
And then I think it was really like fingerprint resistant. I'm trying to remember. I didn't like it wasn't like my least favorite paper ever, but what also reminded me of is when I was a little kid, we had a typewriter, and the paper for that was
Okay.
sort of onion skinny. It was very thin, and it
Ah,
reminded me of that paper. Um,
there you
so it
go.
was like positive in that way, but
Mm.
I just love this. We're gonna have to do more. Oh, these two. Remember I was telling you I had inks that were too much shimmer? Look
And
at
it's
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know if you
because
can even
you want to see the ink underneath as well, yeah? Like you want to
yeah. This one, oh look, oh my gosh, hold on. Can you see what's happening?
still. Whoa. Oh my. See.
It's
No.
eyeshadow for the paper. This bottle, let's see if I can show you. Because I just found I think I pulled it out as like, maybe don't keep this one, Maria.
Mm.
It's Birmingham Pen Company. Cranberry Twinkle. Except for that little bit of a poop that I did right now. I have not touched this in I don't know how long. The last time I looked at it, you could just see shimmer
Yeah.
floating on it. But the layer at the bottom is like so thick.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to
I
come
saw it
through,
just as
but
you
like,
turned, you could see like before it started moving.
yeah, it's just like that's too much shimmer. I
Yeah.
love my shimmer inks, but that's, enough.
Just too much.
Enough. Yeah.
Have you
Well,
unwrapped the pen show ones as well?
I did. I haven't swatched them. Let me swatch them.
Just for my type A brain, can we go in
Yes,
2022,
year order.
2022, 2024,
Yeah.
2025? My thing with
Yes.
these, because they are all kind of shady, I feel like they're like I've used Melbourne Rose in a pen and it just is a bit dry. So that thing again of needing to go, okay, I really need to think about what pens you're putting them in.
So we got 2, 2, 4, and 5. Sit there and think about what you've done, you two. Here is 2022. I didn't even look at these yet because I was like, be good, Maria. Well, these, I mean, I looked at in so much as I scored them into sample vials for Amanda. She actually came over like within a day or two of me getting this box. So I was like, oh, I'm going to have to open it now. Twist my arm.
If I have to. Oh, I've
Yeah.
got 10
But
minutes
I
again. I reckon we can do this in 10 minutes.
absolutely no lollygagging. Okay, this is, oops, I put too much ink on. Calm down, Maria. This is Robert Oster. And this is Melbourne Rose 2022. I have not played with ink. Well, okay. I mean, I do my 30 inks, but that doesn't always feel like playing.
Yeah.
Um, but I haven't just like scribbled and swatched with inks in kind of a little
Like
while.
it's a lovely color just with that level of shadiness. It's just a drier ink,
Yeah.
like in a pen. I mean, look, if you use wider nibs, like maybe it's a different experience, but for the pens that I use, I did have fun with these ones. I just tried to do little like drawing representations of them for someone who can't draw. So I just kind of played with water and stuff. So that was my Melbourne Rose. This one was my Gummy Shark.
This is so beautiful.
And then the Kelp Forest. I
I'm
would
always
like to
surprised.
I would like to get Gummy Shark into a pen soon. I think it for the time of year I'm going into, and yeah, just there's something quite nice about it.
I think sometimes I think actually that dry inks are not good in broad nibs because they frequently have been slightly over polished, so they don't flow as well.
Ah, okay, interesting. I think obviously there's more contact with paper with the broader nibs, but really I think that flow and how it's going to work is so dependent on the feed.
Yes, absolutely. The feed, the paper sometimes, because some
Yeah.
paper almost seems to help draw the ink out. Like what I've found is like rhodia paper can be like ice skating. You know,
Yeah. Ooh,
not enough. Yeah. Oh, heavens. You're fine, Maria. You're
I quite like Gummy Shark, that kind of
fine. Yeah.
dusky purple that I cling to a lot.
You know what it makes me think of is like they added a little bit of blue to that Melbourne Rose.
Mm,
Because in the shading that's coming through, it's got
yeah, yeah, you're
hints
right.
of that same sort of rosiness. I'm not saying that they actually did that, but that's what my eye sees. Too much on there. We'll do that. This is a lot. Oh, it's interesting how this looks different. I'm gonna have to bring this over. This is kelp forest. This is a lot bluer than I'd have expected for a kelp forest.
From memory, when it dries, I think there's even little bits of like, yeah, brown come through. And what I find interesting is I don't know if it's going to show up on the, because he, like at the top of the Robert Oster bottles, he always has that kind
Mm-hmm.
of swatch, and it
Mm-hmm.
feels like there's more sea green, which I would say has more blue in the label compared to,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I can get them both in the same.
What I'm seeing is like an apricot or beige shading.
Mm. Does that, I don't know if that's, can you see like there just feels like
Wow.
there's more blue there.
Yeah,
And
yes.
like even that's what it looks like dry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
It is. It's also remarkably cooler of this on the white paper than the cream.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully that comes
True.
through.
See
Oh,
see what he
heavens.
does this year.
I am I inked up 6 pens for May and I'm slightly regretting it. But you know what? One of them barely has any ink, so I'll need to ink more pens soon. I
And
inked it and I was like, "Where's all the ink?" And I thought, forget it.
do you know what? If you start that sentence again, Sarah. My birthday's in June, so if you end up needing to actually use some of those inks in June, there's like a nice little link there because
Yes.
that is my birthday month.
Well, happy birthday in advance. Although some people think that's bad luck, so I take it back. Um,
Um,
so take backs. I actually have three relatives whose birthdays are in June.
oh,
It's a
there
great
you go.
month.
Well, we go.
Um,
My son's in May, I'm in June, my daughter's in July. So we kind of go bang, bang, bang.
that's nice.
Hmm.
I think so. What I actually want to do for June for 30 inks
Oh,
is
you'll do,
do
yeah.
all inks from Pin Friends. So
Ah,
that was already my plan, and here we are.
there you
So I think
go.
that will happen. It's just a question of do any of them happen before then?
Okay.
I
Well,
am in
that's really
love with
oh,
these.
I love that idea. I'm not going to be able to do 30 inks in June, but maybe I can try for later on in the year.
Yeah, Manda started the Pin Friends thing. And
That's
I would
awesome.
watch her for ages, and I was like, somebody's like, why don't you do that, Marie? And I was like, I've never gotten samples from people. And somebody heard that and they were like, what? And I was like, well, I haven't asked. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, that's an awesome idea.
yeah.
Oh, and
So,
now I'm sitting there going, and then I want to do some, I want to mix some, like try and do like one of the 30 inks days, like another teal in like inspired by like a purple for Manda, a teal for you,
I
something
love
called,
that.
yeah. All right. My brain is a ticking, but do you know what? We're going to use this leftover time as a good way to help us not tangent because we have 2 minutes and 10 seconds till it cuts off. So we can do a wrap up.
Yes. Well, it has been a delight. Can we start with that as part of the wrap
It
up? This has
has.
been the most fun I've had in forever.
If we can look, even if it's like once every 3 months, and it's
Yeah.
been fun because both times it's just lightened my mood and brightened my day, and it's just
Same.
been awesome. Like I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Been a lot of fun, and
It has.
we
And
didn't
thank you
spill
so
any
much
ink.
for these.
That's okay. Enjoy the stickers. I hope I
Mm-hmm.
put some cat stickers
Mm.
in there for Miss Manda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or is that
I'm going to put a
the
sticker on here.
some of them may have swear words.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Are you?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Just
Because this is perfect.
what does it say? Be the
Be the rainbow. But,
there you
you
go.
know,
Be the
with a swear
rainbow.
word in the middle. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, we will do this again soon. I feel like I'm
Yes.
saying goodbye to you, but I know I'm just about to message you on Discord, but like bye for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for hanging out with
Yeah,
us.
thank you. And then if anyone has an idea of, I don't know, whether we want to all, like, we pull out our teal or green or something inks and we can kind of do it that way, or I can swatch
Oh
some
yeah.
inks and you have to choose which ones go in pens. Like, we can have some suggestions. I like it when there's, a bit of a theme. It's kind of fun.
Yes. Yeah. Right on.
All right.
Thank you all.
Bye.